That's the honest... I love these things. I mean, $50,000 to me. I don't know about you, Ben, but that's major hurt money.
That's big money.
Well, for lower middle class guys like me and you, it's a lot of money. I mean, we don't have a fucking trust fund or relatives who say... You know, I was talking to one person the other day. Their mother, their mother gave them $100,000. I mean, who the fuck... The only fucking thing I got from when I turned 21, my parents took me to Sizzler. You remember Sizzler?
I do.
And that was a fucking... I was grateful for that. You know what I mean, or not?
How times have changed.
Well, I mean, how do you mean they've changed?
Well, it's... Back then it was, yes, it was a big event. And,
Sizzler's still expensive. You seen the prices there? I haven't been back there.
It is, and the people of today, or the people growing up today, wouldn't appreciate something like that.
Look, you know, the thing is that, Ben, to me, that's a lot of money. I still owe some money on them. You know, I am an insane collector. You've got to understand, I'm not a normal person. I'm psychologically imbalanced. See, you haven't seen my shoes. I'll wear shoes with holes in them to fund this. I'll wear clothes. I was so desperate for money. You have no idea. You think, look at Archie. He's got these great watches. Look at his pen collection. Look at his scotches he's got. I was so broke, Ben. I used to jump on the train without a go-card or without a ticket. I used to scrounge. This is in the ticket days. I used to scrounge through the bin, pull out a ticket that looked about right, and used to try and pass that off at Roma Street. I was so desperate, Ben. So desperate, right? When I was driving taxis second-hand, I used to go to the international airport and I used to say, "Where are you from?" I wasn't being friendly. It was so I could work out if I could fucking shark you and take you the long way. I was so desperate. I remember I had these Americans once. They pulled out, they gave me, the fare was $16. They said, "Keep the change." Do you understand? That's the lines I've had to draw in life. Do you understand or not?
I understand very, very clearly.
I was so poor at one stage, I found a sewing machine on the side of the road. There was a Toyota sewing machine. My pants, the zip had gone in it. So, you know, you put on a bit of weight.
As we all do.
Instead of putting a new zip in, I just sewed it up. You know what I mean? That's the sacrifices I've made for collecting. You know, you look at it and you think, oh, geez, these are beautiful watches. But there's a lot of pain that's in these watches you don't understand, Ben. I tell you this now, many years ago, I said, Ronnie asked me from Brisbane Vintage Watches, can I have the Calatrava for the window? To sell it, right? And I was a bit short, you know, money's always fucking tight. I said, okay. I told it, we worked out a price. I said, if it hasn't sold by Christmas Eve, I'm coming to pick it up or pick up the money. You understand what I mean?
Yes, fair deal.
And when I went to pick it up, I had tears in my eye to receive it back. You know what I mean? Can you understand that? I mean, that's fucking $20,000 thing. That means so much to me. You know what I mean? It's so hard. I mean, you know, life has been fucking hard. I tell you this now, after I got divorced, so I'm divorced, paying maintenance for 2 kids, right? I lost my house, lost everything, right? I'm driving taxis. I'm working a 40-hour week in government, which I hate. I can't stand, right? And then I'm jumping in a taxi. I finish at 5 o'clock, and at 5:30 I'm in a taxi driving taxis, right? Did you know every fucking dollar I earned driving taxis, 10% went in GST, right? For every dollar on the meter, 10% went in GST, so that's 90 cents left. Of that 90 cents, I got to give the owner half. He gets 45 cents. I get 45 cents. Out of that 45 cents, did you know that 30% went in tax because you're earning more money, right? Another 30% of the gross went in maintenance, extra maintenance. There was fucking nothing left for me. I'm driving a taxi, picking up obnoxious, mean fuckers, and I am absolutely making absolutely nothing. Do you understand? I am making absolutely fucking nothing. You know what I mean or not?
I do. I'm hearing you. You're working your tail off for no result. Little or no result.
Little or no result.
Is it really worth it?
Is it worth it? And I said to the taxi driver, I said, how about we just do cash in hands? And he wouldn't do it. So, is it worth it? You fucking tell me. You were skinned alive. I'm trying to pay back. After that marriage, I had fucking 40,000 in debt. 40 fucking, I'm trying to get back to zero. When I married my wife, I said to her, will you marry me? And she was happy about that. And she said, I want to tell you something. She took me to the park. We're sitting down, we're having a kiss and chatting. She said, oh, I want to tell you something. I have no money. I have $0. I'm worth nothing. And I looked at her and said, I didn't say a word. I said, don't worry about it. But in the back of my head, I was thinking, honey, I dream of being zero. I'm negative 60. Do you understand? Negative fucking 60.
Behind the 8 ball.
You understand?
Yes.
That's how fucking hard it is. It's very, very hard. It's I don't know what to say, Ben. It's fucking nasty world, They just don't get married. Don't get married. These nasty, I kid you not. You think I'm not serious. This is how tough it's been, Ben. You know what I mean? It's so tough. I get bills come in. I look at which ones can I stall to next pay. It's very, very hard. And that's the sacrifices I've made to build my luxury goods collection.
We all have to make sacrifices.
And then you have a fight. I have a fight with the wife, right? And she says, oh, you put all your money into watches. It's the fucking assholes at the airport I stiffed, the passengers. You fucking don't... riding the train without a ticket. That's what's paid. They don't appreciate. They said, oh, I put all my money into watches. That's what they say to me. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Ben? It's fucking hard. It's hard.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece, we adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on Time, simply the best.